and that loud booming sound was them hitting the mountain.
So I feel like when you are in control of something like a plane, you making like a small typing error should not cause the death of almost everyone on that plane.
Hello there. Hi, my name is Charles, and it's lovely to meet you. I've done something amazing. I moved out.
Yay!
I moved out. I did. I moved out, and I am so very happy. I'm your fairy grandmother. I feel cute. I want something like this, but like black, and I want it to not have these sleeves. I'd actually prefer like billow sleeves and to have like a thing with a bow. I want a thing with a bow. Where's that, you know? So hi, I hope you like my new setup. I know it's a little bare, but I mean, we've got the essentials. We've got our snake plant, my new child, a rock lamp, a salt lamp, and of course, our patron saint, Taylor Swift. I haven't uploaded on this channel since early 2020 when I posted about an earlier trip in 2019 when I went to Japan, which was very exciting. I do apologize that the video is so long, but honestly, I rewatched the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Oh, it's so good. So good. Anybody else? Who's your favorite character? Arwen? Arwen, anybody? When she uses that like water horse spell to get to the ring wraiths are all like, give us the halfling, yes. And she's like, if you want him, come and claim him. Oh, iconic. So I wasn't sure what kind of video that I wanted to post. I wasn't sure what I wanted to create. And for me, I think it's a really cathartic idea to recap my year, right? We all lived 2020, and I'm always very interested to see how others' years have gone. And so I figured I would share how my year has gone. This will be titled, The Top 10 Things About 2020, 5 Good and 5 Not So Good. When I look into the mirror, what will I see? Things that were, things that... Wish I would have saw that. I'm feeling very dramatic with these sleeves. I'm like, I wanna land a plane with these. So yes, this will be the top 10 things of my 2020. 5 pretty good and 5 not so good. To circle back, number 1, from the good pile, like I said, we moved out, baby. I lived at my parents' house for so long. I moved away for a little bit, came back for a lot of it, and now here I am. And it may not be exciting to some people, but like I've been wanting to move out for a while, and it took me getting a second part-time job in a pandemic to get out. But you know what? I'm here. I'm queer. I don't drink beer, but I am loving it here. Wait, I already used here. I finally have my own little creative space. I can say what I want, do what I want. I can stay up wherever I want. I can sleep where I want. It's just wonderful. Now I will say, I do miss my dog. Her name is Gracie. She's little. And sometimes she doesn't even know she's little, but she is. She's so very little. Gracie, if you're watching this, Gracie, why are you so small? Now, number 1 from the not so good pile. Let's talk about the virus in the room. Coronavirus. I think one of the hardest things about it, there are people who don't care about it. They don't think it's real. Masks are a big problem for them. And I could go into that, but I'm not going to. All I'm gonna say is, it's easy to wear a mask, and it's not hard to care about others. Number 2 from the pretty good pile. That's right, me, I started therapy. I know. I used to be the person to say, I think everyone should go to therapy. Just not me. I have a therapist, okay? She's amazing. Excuse me, I'm being bothered.
So listen.
Do you want to say it for the camera?
No. You're filming right this minute?
Yes.
Turn it off. I have a question.
Also, does anybody else have friends who treat them like Google? And sometimes you feel very, like, blessed that they think you're so smart. Could have just Googled it. But I'm glad to help most times. So where were we at? I started therapy. Really, like, I'm telling you, if you can, start therapy, and you may have to go through a couple therapists and find the right one. You know, it's like dating. You don't always click with somebody like you would love to, okay? Thankfully, I've only had to go to 2 therapists. One was some old white lady who I went to see her, and I was telling her about a very complicated dating situation that I was in, and I was kind of stressed out. And I know I'm a very funny person, but she laughed at me. It was, I sort of remember what I was talking to her about, and I paused, and she just went, Now, I know therapists are humans too, but she didn't explain why she laughed, and that just kind of made it worse. So I never saw her ever again, and I didn't go to therapy for almost 2 years, and now I found this one, and she's wonderful. How does my hair look? Basic takeaway from that, guys, please, if you feel like you are going through something that somebody doesn't understand, or even if you just want to talk about anything, it doesn't have to be things that are negative. A therapist is just somebody to talk to, and I really highly suggest seeing a therapist for anything. Number 2 from the not so good pile, but also can be really good and has been in a lot of ways. Black Lives Matter. I will support that movement until my dying breath. It's both hard for me to believe and also very easy for me to believe that we still have to deal with that in 2020, now 2021. Sometimes it's hard for me to fathom. We even have to say and remind people that Black Lives Matter, or Indigenous Lives Matter, or Brown Lives Matter. Like, to anybody out there who combats that with all lives matter, yeah, they do, but they currently don't. And if you're going to be blind to that, if you cannot agree that Black lives or Latinx, Hispanic, Mexican, Indigenous, Asian lives are still being extremely slighted by society and the government system, you need to take a hard look at yourself, because the evidence is astoundingly simple and immense. If you don't see it, you're choosing not to see it. And that's worse. Number 3 from the pretty good pile. Being at home a lot more, I've had a lot of time to check in with myself and see what I'm feeling and what I put my self-worth in, which turns out me working a lot and being busy makes me feel better about myself. And that can be good, but sometimes it's not so good. It's given me a lot more time to think about who I am as a person and what I'm excelling at, what I'm missing, and what I want to work towards. Now, number 3 from the not so good pile is kind of more of a lighter subject. I used to be somebody who shopped like every 2 days for groceries, right? Because I learned that if I bought all this fresh produce, I'd only get through about like maybe half of it, and the rest of it would wilt and die. And that's just, it just wasn't good for me. Buying smaller quantities of things and just going to the store more often really helped me out. But in 2020, that was not an option. Still not really an option. I've had to learn to cook more. As a vegan, I already have to cook a lot. So number 4 kind of ties in with Black Lives Matter. I've seen how much change can happen when a whole group of people agrees on something. And I've seen really negative change from that, and I've seen positive change from that. And it's really nice for me to be able to find that there are more people who do stand what I stand for and support minorities and think the same thoughts that I do. Number 4 from the not so good pile is my fitness and my health. During a little bit of a backstory. I used to weigh like 230 pounds, and I lost a whole bunch of weight just by doing the basics, like exercising more with a lot of dance cardio, a lot of walking, eating less, eating healthier, and drinking more water. And I lost a lot of weight, right? But on the personal side, I didn't just snap back like I thought I would. I was left with like loose skin, and that really doesn't make me feel good most days. A lot of the times, even at my thinnest, I still felt fat and undesirable to myself and to others. Like I said, I lost a lot of weight, and I did feel more confident in myself. And then once I realized that I didn't have what I thought I would, even though I lost a lot of weight, I was still kind of weak. So I wanted to build muscle. So I joined a gym, I got a fitness trainer, and in 2019, I really started to work out a lot at the gym, and I was starting to see like smaller results that meant it was working. But it did start to make me feel a bit better about myself. And then 2020 happened, and that put everything on pause, like the gym. And I still haven't been to the gym since, and it's January 2021. It's just not, it doesn't feel like a safe place for me to go. Being home a lot, I've eaten a lot. I'm sure a lot of us have gained some weight. It's hard to motivate yourself to work out at home. It just is. That's what I'm kind of dealing with now. I'm on the slow curve back to the path that I used to be on, and we'll leave it at that. I'm gonna kind of switch up the last 2. I didn't really go out too much when, the world was in full swing, but I did go out a lot more than I do now, and I miss just being able to hug anybody, a stranger, your best friends, your parents, your family, and not have to worry about spreading something or getting something. I miss the freedom of being in groups of people, of walking around the grocery store on any given day, concerts, and I miss working at the mall and at Lush and being around all these people and talking this close to people. I'm sure some of you guys miss that too, and I'm sure that some of you really don't miss that at all. Last from the pretty good list, I'm not bragging, but I am happy that I was fortunate to make it through all of 2020. Yes, I don't want to hear about the 99% survival rate, okay? That's still a lot of lives lost. I could have been one of those lives, and I wasn't. And like I said, I'm not trying to brag. I'm just thankful and grateful that I did make it through the year. I'm currently in quarantine now because I did have some firsthand exposure to COVID. So I hope you'll see me in another video because I don't want to die today. Not today, not looking like this, but if I'm gonna die, this outfit, okay. Ooh, I'm like a sparkly. I wanted to try to keep this video like as fun and zany as possible. I did get a little serious there in the middle of it. Hey, I am working on some cool things and I'm excited to be able to share them with you. me and my best friend are starting a podcast. It's gonna be called Hold Me, I'm Scared, where once a week we pick out a fear and we explore it. Ooh. This first episode is gonna be about the fear of flying, aviophobia, I think it's called. And I hope you guys enjoy it. I think by the time I put this video out, the podcast will already be out. So I will leave the information below. I'm also very excited to start posting on this channel again. Making videos just makes me happy. And I'm excited to try out all kinds of things with you guys and anybody who's watching. I'm glad you're here, and I just want you to know that you are loved, and if you think you're not, I love you, and I know maybe even, hey, I don't know you. Maybe subscribe and I'll see your name, and I'll definitely be thinking about you. I'm excited to start this journey of 2021 and see what it brings, and I hope it's a lot of good things, and I hope your 2021 brings you also so many good things. I want to do like a thing, okay? Because with my best friends and some other people, I just like to do like sign-offs with each other because it's not saying goodbye. So I think maybe ours could be like blowing a kiss, at least for right now, until we think of something else. So I'm gonna blow you a kiss and you have to catch it, okay? I don't care where you are, I don't care what you're doing. It can even be subtle, just like, you know, just catch it, okay? You blow me one, it can be subtle, and I'll catch it. I promise I will, okay? I'm gonna blow you one first, you catch it. Get it! Get it! Get it! All right, now you blow me one. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh! Oh! I got him. Thanks so much for being here. And hey, you better catch this other one. Get it! Get it!